Hi, I'm Mike Messier. Welcome to Messier Mantra. On this episode, we have a very special returning guest, Cailey Calisi. Cailey, did I say the name right again?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
I'll just say it as a joke. You know, I always get people's names wrong. You know what I mean? And I feel bad.
No.
So I always check.
It was perfect.
And I got it right. Thank you. And you're a fabulous guest on the first episode we had you on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me back.
Of course.
Thank you.
And now we want to talk about acting. The first thing that comes to mind is this, for whatever reason, this little nuance fascinates me. Female actors, do we refer to you as an actor or an actress? What's your take on it?
I say actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And give me your thoughts.
Well, it's my job. It's
Okay.
what I do. I'm an actor. I don't really see, I mean, I don't know. I don't call myself an actress. I always have said actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's an instinctual thing, it seems like, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen actors, female actors, when I'm asking them the actor question, they really have this reason and stuff, and it's cool. I find it interesting. Maybe as a male actor, I just find it too interesting. I don't know,
Yeah.
but anyway, let's go beyond that. How did you get involved in acting in the first place?
Well, I was born an actor.
Okay.
It's just in me, but I did theater growing up, and then in high school and college, I got into community theater.
Yes.
And I performed a lot of plays. I'm from the Cape, and the theater scene on the Cape is wonderful. So I got a lot of experience doing kind of like summer stock theater, and then I went to a local community college and I did a lot of theater with them. And then when I moved up to Boston to get into the film scene, I started doing commercials and first student films. I've done a lot of student films and independent film and web series. But right now I'm going to a conservatory training. I go full time, so I'm not auditioning right now. I'm just focusing on developing my craft. So
We talked about your videos on the last episode, and I remember seeing in one of your videos you said, hey, I'm not going to audition for a while until I'm really at a point with my training.
yeah.
And I found that very interesting because a lot of, including myself, a lot of actors get that bite, that hunger. I got to go out and audition and, blah, blah, blah.
I have it.
Right.
I definitely have it.
But you've kind of balanced that with the need for training.
Yeah.
Tell me about that conversation a little bit.
The only training I have is doing theater, and for the career that I foresee myself having, I absolutely need a strong foundation to stand upon and to build upon. So I did a lot of research, and there's actually not a lot of legitimate training in Boston. And the only teacher, a director that I found, he's wonderful. His name's Scott Fielding, and I go to his conservatory. It's called the Michael Chekhov Boston Actors Studio, and it's the best thing that I've ever done for myself. It's really wonderful. It's everything that an actor needs, you get there.
And what night of the week do you go, or nights? Tuesday, Thursday?
I go Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's, was it 3 hours, 4 hours a day, or 2 hours a day?
It's 3.5 during the week, and then Saturday I'm there 10 to 5:30.
Now this is fascinating for me because sounds like the real deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
acting,
it is.
Curriculum.
My teacher was trained by Bill Esper,
Okay.
who is an actor and teacher who was trained directly under Sanford Meisner.
Yes.
Who, for people who don't know, is one of the main teachers of acting, like branching off of Stanislavski. There's Stella Adler, Sanford Meisner, Lee Strasberg, so.
Don't forget Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen, she's my favorite.
And was
Michael Chekhov.
Yeah.
Michael Chekhov.
Was it those five that came from?
Stanislavski.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to learn from Barry Primus. Now, Barry Primus was an actor who was on the show Cagney and Lacey way back in the 80s. He was in a movie called Boxcar Bertha, which is Martin Scorsese's first film.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And then he did Mean Streets. Not
Yeah.
Bill, but Martin.
Yes, Martin Scorsese, yeah. And this guy, Barry Primus, who taught me, he's still active. You know, he was in a movie with De Niro and Sylvester Stallone called, I think it was called Grudge Match, like a boxing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, he played the bartender, and I'm just going to wrap this up, but Barry Primus is such a hero of mine because I learned directly from him, and he was a contemporary of Uta Hagen.
Oh, okay.
Like they worked together. He didn't learn from her; they learned together type of deal. So, anyway, I just thought I'd mention that as a little.
I love Uta Hagen.
Yeah.
I have one of the best books I've ever read on craft or acting is her book. It's called A Challenge for the Actor.
Yep, with the white cover.
Yep, and then she also has a wonderful DVD series called Uta Hagen's Masterclass, and I highly recommend that for actors.
It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
And it's got Amanda Peet, isn't it? As a sound clip. Like she's
maybe.
She's in the
It's
class.
from the early 2000s. I think it's literally from like 2000. So.
Yeah, they show her. If we're talking about the same thing, I think we are. They show her in the New York studio, kind of working with student actors. And
yes.
she's just so on point.
Oh, always. She's awesome.
She's
I
not
love her.
loosey-goosey. She's, you know.
She knows what she's talking about. So.
Now, is your acting, again, not to divulge too much information, but is your acting class in that same vein? Is it very hands-on instruction?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And they're pretty small classes. There's like 12 of us.
Yes.
And we have just such a wonderful teacher, and he doesn't let us get away with anything, which is what we need. So
That's good. One of my acting coach, because I teach acting myself, one of my contemporaries, Tim Hillman, has taught us, and he has something called the Unified System or Simply Acting. He's got a couple of names for what he does. He's taught us that the actor must first be emotionally and psychologically prepared to learn. So if you're, you know, a lot of actors, myself included, we have emotional things we have to overcome, and we can put that energy, you know, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, into our acting, and you might have those moments of greatness, but you're tearing yourself apart inside.
well, I think to start, you have to be present to be an actor. You have to be present in every single moment. You can't take any moment for granted, because that's the life, is moment to moment with the person, the other that you're working off of, and you can't be up here or worrying about if you're doing it right or how is it going. I mean, it's just never going to work. You have to be present and there, and all of your attention fully on the other person.
What has been, now a lot of people say, well, what do you know, blah, 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 but I want to ask, in a student exercise, you know, what's been a favorite moment, whether it was a scene or a moment within a scene or a monologue? This is what I'm interested in, you know, in asking. In this, whether it's this training or another class, did you ever have a moment of blissful experience?
Oh, sure, all the time. I always really, I feel a lot of joy and very fulfilled. But I recently were working on The Three Sisters.
Yes.
Anton Chekhov's The Three Sisters, and I did a monologue of Irina from Act 3, where she's very desperate and miserable. And it was just a really beautiful moment for me as an actor to cross that threshold. And then we did an exercise in one of my Chekhov classes where you have just a plain box, and you open the box and you just trust your actor's instinct, and you're guided a little bit of what you find and to focus on one thing in the box. And I just had a story that came to me about being very small and being lost at a fair, and that was a really big breakthrough as well. So.
When you say story, was that in the script or was that your own life?
No. It wasn't my life or a script. It was just from imagination.
Okay.
And believing. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that can be so powerful, and people, you know, sometimes. My friend Tony Demings, who owns the Brooklyn Coffee and Tea House, where I've taught acting and stuff like that, he says that you don't have to be a full-time actor in order to appreciate acting. So for the people in our Messier Mantra audience who might say, well, I'm not an actor and blah, 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 they should take an acting class anyway. Even if they don't have the aspirations that you do, or that I do, because they should take an acting class to get in touch with that creativity.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they don't have to take, the top of the line, method type of acting class. They can just take any local acting class and to sort of unlock that creativity that's inside them, and or just to have fun, get out and experiment and do something different. I think it's for everyone, really.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's some people who are very shy and wouldn't want to.
But that's why they should.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a professional bowler to have a bowling league. You don't
Right,
have,
no, of course, yeah.
But I think it's good that someone like yourself, who is going for it,
Oh, yeah.
understands that, the person who is not going to be a professional actor can still benefit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What we talk about acting. We just talked about the Oscars, which were recently.
Yes.
Do you have actors who inspire you?
Oh, of course, absolutely. How long's the show?
Yeah.
Well, Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
Helen Mirren.
Okay.
Judi Dench.
Yep.
Meryl Streep, Kate Blanchett, Kate Winslet, Viola Davis. And then I actually got to meet Jessica Chastain.
Wow.
And I had a conversation with her, and that was a life-changing day. So
Tell me about that. That sounds exciting.
I went and saw her on Broadway, maybe it was 2 years ago, and it was freezing cold out. It was January. It was snowing, and the show was called The Heiress.
Okay.
And she was just so tremendous in it. And she, comes outside the stage door and, is meeting people, and everybody. It was very different because her co-star Dan Stevens came out first, and he was on Downton Abbey, and it was very different. Like, he very much had the persona of I'm famous, or I kind of had the facade going on to greet people asking for pictures and his autograph, and people started falling away as soon as they got their picture right away. And there was only me and maybe 10 other people waiting outside, and she came outside, and she was just so lovely. She literally took 10 minutes out of her day to talk to me one-on-one. In freezing cold, it's snowing, and
Right.
she didn't have to do that at all. And she was just so honest and genuine and present. And the things she told me, I'll never forget, and I'll always keep them with me. And I look forward to working with her one day. She's just such a lovely. How can someone be so lovely? She's just wonderful.
Can you share a little bit what she said? Or
Sure. I told her that she's my favorite actress, and that I'm very much inspired by her, and that I'm an actor, and I was very in awe of her and her story, and that I hoped we would work together one day. And she told me, no matter what, don't give up. She wants to see me up there. She wants to work with me. And then we talked a little bit about a couple mutual industry people that we knew. And then she just gave me the best advice, and was so kind and personable, and just really reiterated to me over and over again, don't give up.
Right.
No matter what, don't give up. And then when she had to go back in, she gave me a hug and a kiss on the cheek, and she told me, she was like, remember, I want to see you up there, and I want to work with you. And she was just like, keep working hard. And she was like, eventually it'll happen. And then I just read an interview of hers in People magazine, and it was like, what is your advice to young actresses? And she said, if you continue to be the best in the audition room, the dam is going to break.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Talk about an intense Cailey moment. You know what I mean?
There's so many. I mean,
yeah.
What to pick from? Intense in what way?
Well, to meet someone that you have such esteem for, and not only is it it's not a quick autograph, hey, see you later.
Yeah.
It's like a conversation.
And I wasn't expecting that at all. Yeah.
And you're exchanging kind of notes about the business. She's encouraging you. She's saying she wants to work with you. That's awesome.
I mean, maybe she says that to every young actress that runs.
I doubt it.
Yeah, but it was just a really beautiful moment for me.
And what's some of the work that you like that she's done?
She was in The Help.
Okay, yeah.
She was in 0 Dark 30.
Yes.
She was in Take Shelter. And then she was in a movie called Jolene.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we talk about acting and this intensive was it 4 or 5 day a week thing you're doing? It's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
I really respect that because
Thank you.
because you're putting the determination, the time, the effort, into this class, these series of classes. Let's break down those classes a little bit. Is it just one broad seed study class, or is there different divisions?
No. I take Chekhov classes, Meisner classes, and then I take a play analysis class, and I'm going into a workshop which is like monologue, cold reading, stage source auditions, which is coming up next weekend.
This is the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, I've only attended the conservatory 6 months now, but have grown so much and just made leaps and bounds just because I'm putting my all into it, and we grow under tension, so it's very, very hard. Every day is hard. It's emotionally, physically, spiritually, intellectually so demanding, but if you're putting all of yourself into it and being open to learning and making mistakes, then you're going to grow and you're going to gain everything from it, and that's what I'm doing now.
The actor has a magnified life, I'd say.
Yes.
The actor, and I'm not putting anyone else down as far as people that aren't actors, but the actor is like on a tightrope. You know what I mean? And on the bottom of that tightrope is not just the ground, it's like shards of glass and rusty nails, because emotionally on stage, and in film, you're putting yourself in a state of vulnerability. And for, an independent film director or whatever, like myself, I respect that, because the actor is the most vulnerable person on the set. Now, the DP has got to make this thing look great. Later on, the editor has got to cut it great. The gaffer, the sound, you need. But the actor is really at the core of this thing because they're giving you the humanity of the piece. The camera is awesome, trust me, but the human being is really where it's at. My perspective.
Oh, I 100% agree. Cinema, film is a reflection of its society, and what we show is, I think when you have great film, it's art, and the performances are artistic, and because it's raw, it's real, it's vulnerable, it's showing us what humanity is. And great acting, you don't just feel for the character, you feel like them. You can totally 100% relate and be and see yourself and feel yourself in their position. So I think that to be an actor, you have to be very brave and willing to fall on your face.
Right.
And you have to be vulnerable. It's about being vulnerable and truthful.
What a crazy business, because actors of some note have taken chances with their careers, and this is a scary lesson. Actors of note have taken chances with roles they've taken that have seemingly backfired and causing them, and it's like the public is so unforgiving.
Yeah, true, that's true.
And even small-minded, let's say, you know what I mean? And so sometimes an actor, you think of, say, for instance, Cuba Gooding Jr. did a great movie, I think Jerry Maguire, won Best Supporting.
It was a wonderful movie.
Right, but his next picture was kind of a not so great comedy.
A flop.
A big flop, yeah. So it's like all of a sudden his stock, his IMDb meter, whatever it is, goes from up here to, you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, people are just crazy. I'm talking about the audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And no offense to the audience, but, and it's just a tough business.
Yeah, it's the nature of the business. I mean, even Meryl Streep has had bad movies, not very many, of course, but, every actor, no matter what profile they have, no matter, if they're an A-list actor or not, you're always going to have some sort of failure, but it's not a failure because you're doing what you love.
Right.
You're getting paid for it, you're learning, you're getting an experience, and you are growing from that, even if it's not publicly perceived success. We don't know that Cuba Gooding Jr. didn't learn anything from that movie that you mentioned or grow at all from it, even if it didn't do great at the box office. I mean, it's all just a creative experiment, but very expensive.
Yeah, it's a tough business. And I see you as being someone with an open heart, open mind, thirsty for education, thirsty for knowledge. So you're going to be successful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, and what I like about what you're doing is, as I stated earlier, you're not pushing the, I got to go run off in front of the camera every 5 minutes. You're taking your education, that's the zenith, that's the omega right now.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
It's the most important thing, because I could move to LA, you know, next month, and I could audition, but I don't foresee myself getting anywhere because I'm not ready, and I don't. There's no point in pursuing it if you're not ready to go to that level. And it has the actor's body and voice and emotions are their instrument.
Yes.
And if you know I'm not a fine-tuned, well-oiled instrument, then I'm not good to anybody. Like I wouldn't want to go auditions when I'm not prepared or ready yet for the kind of roles that I'm seeking. So it definitely takes a lot of time.
What kind of roles are those that you're seeking?
Very dramatic, intense. I like a lot of dark roles that, you know, very raw. It just like people in extreme circumstances that have obstacles huge obstacles to get through to meet their objectives. And I'm interested in women, of course.
Sure.
I would love to be able to play real women, you know, who are smart and loving and afraid and have problems and issues, and, you know, who are strong and powerful and just multifaceted women. And I'd also like to do a lot of comedy, like Superbad type of Judd Apatow type style. So
what you just said, for a glimmer there, I was thinking, man, Cailey's reminding me of Julianne Moore, who just won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Do you like her?
Thank you. I love Julianne Moore.
Yeah, she's great, isn't she?
She's a tremendous, tremendous actress.
Talk about an actress who has range, takes chances, goes for it.
Yeah.
Has a great face, wonderful eyes, just magnitude. You know, I've seen her do a lot of great things. And
well, thank you. It's a lovely compliment.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we're talking about the Messier Mantra. It's all about, you know, our little thing for the show is a mantra. Now, the last time you had some good mantras. What about mantras specific to acting? Anything come off the top of your head?
Always tell the truth.
Okay.
Always tell the truth. And always to be present. And don't take any moments for granted. You just have to live in every moment as present as possible.
The present is a present.
Yes.
So to speak. Because that's all we have.
It's true in life as well.
You know, there's on the good old, you know, I'll plug myself for a second, MikeMessier.com. I had some theories about the past, you know, the self being past, present, future, and then also the infinite self.
Yes.
Now, the present, though, for the most part, is where it's at. Because the past is like, okay, that happened. We can analyze it. We can say how it affected the future. We have goals. We have ambitions. And the infinite self is what we discover, you know, after the body has left us. But the present is what we can deal with in this moment. And as an actor, you're doing that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. So we've got about a minute and a half left. Once again, Cailey, time flies by.
Yes.
Tell the audience and myself some more information in this 90 seconds or so. What would you like the audience to think about as they go on their journey here?
Oh, God. I would like the audience to affirm themselves.
Yes.
And to keep their heart open and to be open to learning and to not be afraid to make mistakes.
That's awesome. Where do they find your videos, Cailey?
You can find me on YouTube. If it's my link is bit.ly/lovecailey, and my name is CAILEY.
Nice. You've got to get a .com.
I know. I have my online parking space. But
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't.
Yeah.
But you'll get that
Yeah.
right away, because we need. You know, I'm suggesting that you have your videos all lined up.
Yeah.
So people just, you know, go through them and you know what I mean. So that's great. Okay, Cailey. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Yes, 2 awesome episodes, and you've been a fabulous guest.
Thank
Cailey,
you so much.
Easy. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks to our guest, Cailey. She's a terrific actor from the Boston area. She's been here twice now. We want to thank her. And we want to thank you, the Messier Mantra audience, for supporting our show here on TVC Conc 9. Thanks to our directors here at the studio, Jeff and Cody. And we'll check out you and you check out us on the Messier Mantra next time. Thank you very much.